Hello, this is Treya, and welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel. I am passionate about helping middle-aged adults like myself overcome the fear of leaving a six-figure job to start a business. And I want to help you be able to overcome that fear and start your business and be your own person. And today I'm focused on helping people with Turo. That's been the passion for me for the last 2 months, going on 3 months. Turo, I'm excited about Turo. Turo's been working out very well for me. However, I've been asked a lot of questions, and today I'm going to do a reaction video to a Turo host from the past, and the mistake that he made back then is it's very important. It's a mistake that a lot of us could make today as a new Turo host. This host name is Alex Nguyen, and I'm gonna show his video, and I'm gonna respond to that. However, I'm going to give y'all a quick update on what's going on. Everything's going well. I had a very busy, exciting week. I've been doing a lot of juggling, and I'm just excited. So what I'm going to do right now, since I'm new to this live streaming and everything, and I'm just kind of feeling my way around. I'm going to take a moment to get everything set up because I am doing this. As y'all can see, I'm trying to get things set up so I could see. So give me a moment. I'm going to open up another screen over here with my YouTube so I could respond to your questions and comments on this here channel. So just give me a moment. Let me get on that there. You want to have a house. You want to drive a decent car. Bear with me for a moment while I work out the audio. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to mute it as soon as I can. You might hear a little background vocals there. There we go. I'm doing it. Okay, so I go back over here. Is that how I do it? Okay, so I think I'm in here really good. And so I just want to say thank you for stopping by my channel and for bearing with me while I'm doing this. So today we're going to be my first time to do a reaction video, and I'm going to it really hurt my heart to see it because it's, like I said, it's a mistake that we all could potentially make during this time with the Turo. So let me see if I got any comments over there. And I'm gonna play part of the video, and then I'll give some commentary on it, and we'll go from there. So one moment while I share my screen here. I can find where the shared screen thing is. Shared screen. Go here. And we're looking for, got it here. Here we go. Yes. Okay, so we're sharing the screen here. And this here is the gentleman I was telling you about, Mr. Alex Nguyen. He is a new Turo host. And here's what he's got to say about these mistakes.
What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to give you guys a little tip on what not to do so your insurance claims don't get declined. Because just recently today I found out I got an email from Turo and they denied my claim. And it's just a really sucky situation.
Sucky situation. That's got to hurt.
At least $1,000 to get the car fixed, and it's denied because of a stupid mistake that I made.
Listen to the words he said: simple and stupid that he made. So he's taking ownership of this mistake. Let's continue.
And I wish I could go back and change it. It's just it happened to be this way, and it's a learning lesson.
Learning lesson. Good job.
Basically, what happened was I just bought this Mercedes C300.
Wait, he said he just bought the Mercedes. He said he just bought his Mercedes. Okay. Woo, okay, here we go.
And I listed it for a really good price just so I could get some renters in and get some reviews out there so I could start popping up at the top of the search. So when I did that, Turo already has a weekly and a monthly discount that's defaulted on there, and I
Keyword again, default. All right, these are default settings.
just listed it, and I guess I didn't change it. And basically, the guest ended up getting the car for 3 weeks for like $20 a day.
Oh,
And I
my
messaged them and told them like,
Mercedes.
hey, I can't really give you that price because that doesn't even cover my car payment. It won't cover my insurance. So I told them I would have to cancel, or they could pay me another $120, and I think it would work out. And they talked amongst each other, and they came back and they said, "Yeah, that would work out. We'll pay you $120." And I was like, "Cool." So with that being said, I had two options. I could either cancel the trip, or I could just collect cash. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'll just have them give me cash when I see them, and it'll be all good. I could have canceled the trip, but then I would have to call Turo and let them know that we're just
Excuses.
canceling it, so we can update the price and this and that. And I just felt like, calling Turo and being on the phone is just kind of a hassle.
All right, so it's a hassle. I'm going to go back here and quit. Stop sharing the screen just for a little moment here. Stop sharing the screen so I could just kind of give a little bit. The first mistake that I feel really bad for him that he made, because he's kind of answering his own questionnaire. He said um, the first in the choices. So that means that he read the instructions as far as like what to do, and he had the option. He said the first choice he could do was to cancel the trip, but he didn't do that. He's choosing now to go into some gray waters, and we'll talk about that a little bit later when you do any type of sidebar. I know I spoke about that before in the beginning of these videos, about make sure that whatever you do, it stays in the Turo platform, because if you don't, Turo has been notorious for not covering people. And it sounds like this guy was, just kind of young and just trying to be quick. And like I said, it could be frustrating trying to get in touch with Turo because you're first, talking to these bots. And, this day and time, we want things to be fast. Like, in order to go, it's slow. It's a slow process. And again, you're not really talking with anybody. So a lot of times you might be in your head thinking like, I can do this faster if I just take these shortcuts. But I want to caution you, do not take any shortcuts. So let's go back here and share the screen again. Let this gentleman finish his testimony. Let's let him finish his testimony.
I wish they had a setting in there where you could edit the edit, and you can add in the extras or add in a different price or whatever, but they don't. When you go into the app and you edit it, it just says cancel reservation. So, I decided, okay, I'll meet up with him and collect $120 from him, and we'll be good. And that's exactly what I did.
Sounds good.
And I thought it was fine. 3 weeks later, he returns the car, and there's a scrape on the front bumper.
Not the scrape on the bumper.
The front passenger side rim also has road rash on it. So the gas must have, bumped into maybe a curb with a bush next to it or something, where it scraped the front bumper and the rim right there. And so I filed that claim, and I waited about 3 weeks, and I was like, this is strange. How come I didn't hear anything back from Turo? And I reached out to them and I asked them, hey, it's been a while. How come I didn't hear anything from you guys? And they finally came back and said that they were going to deny my claim.
Deny the claim? No. What?
Let me read this. So.
He got to read it.
Unfortunately,
when they start with unfortunately, woohoo, you already know it's bad news after that.
I want to inform you that this is against Turo's gray market policy. So basically,
like I said before, don't do anything unless you can do it in the Turo platform, because you're not going to be covered. When people try to make the little side deals with you, tell them no, refer them back to Turo, and he should follow the instructions. It's really sad here. The sad part is coming up, y'all. He's about to hold back some tears.
You cannot do any type of cash transactions when it comes to Turo. And if you do, they will deny your coverage on your car, both liability and collision, which I think is, it's really sucks. I feel like they're just trying to find ways to not, pay you out for the damages. But then again, I'm just, a learning lesson for me. I will not take cash transactions anymore.
Right. Okay, so we're going to stop sharing the screen here, and I'm going to kind of recap on this here thing there. Thank you for joining us. But this here is one gentleman named Alex Nguyen, and he started out on Turo. He didn't follow all the instructions and ended up getting over $1,000 worth of damage to his Mercedes that he had put on the platform. And he's given his testimony on how when, like I said before, when you first get on there, there's a whole bunch of pre-populated settings on there that Turo is going to automatically put on your vehicle. You have to go in there and manually change it up to make sure that it's not, giving you doing the wrong thing for you. Like I said before, I had that one trip in the beginning where the lady had a free delivery, and I had to deliver a car way to Deatsville for no money, for free. And like Turo's set up to try to please the guests. They are focused on pleasing the guests, and it's really not, helpful for the host. So that's why you've got to do your due diligence, and you have got to follow the rules and make sure that you're doing everything right. Because if something happens and it's not covered under the trip, like just like last night, there was a guest who they rented the car to start at midnight, and then they wanted to come pick it up early. So I told them to, go modify the trip to request the time. This person didn't want to pay the extra money. So they were trying to, make a sidebar with me to say, hey, can we do this? So you have to keep, like I said, refer them back to Turo, and you tell them that that's, you don't have anything to do with the money, and that has to go with Turo. So this one poor gentleman had to learn the hard way that that this kind of thing happens, that Turo is not going to pay. And then what I want to show you that was really sad is when I went to kind of look at him. I mean, look at his site. I thought it was recent, so the algorithm just kind of fed that to me earlier this morning. And so I left this long, heartfelt, encouraging comment on there, encouraging him not to give up and stuff. Because, like I said, y'all know, I just had recently had accidents in my Turo cars, and had to go through insurance claims and all those kind of things. So I know how stressful it could be, and I'm still like actually going through it. So I was thinking I was going to encourage this guy. So I go to his site, and because this particular video had several thousand views. So I was thinking he currently doing this, and that he is current with this. But if you look here, he put out 2 videos. How sad. And this was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. It just broke my heart that I felt like this one negative thing that happened with the Turo, like, just totally deflated his whole everything. Like, he had started him a YouTube channel. I can see him now, like he was probably going like, yay, I'm gonna start a business. And let me stop sharing the screen. But how Turo could really, pop a lot of hopes and dreams for people, because like I said, everything's automated. And when something happens and you feel like you want to talk to a real person, you feel like, this is your personal stuff out there, you're going to feel very left out in the code, because you're going to be dealing with bots and these little pre-populated statements. Oh, I understand how you feel. Oh, I apologize for any inconvenience. And during this time, like, you feeling like you ain't trying to hear this stuff. And once you start realizing that you're not going to be covered. Okay, like just recently, one of my new vehicles came back. My new, like y'all know, I just bought 5 new 22s, right? So the Escape was getting built right away because it was not too expensive, and some young person rented it, and makeup on the hands, and touching the sun visor and all that stuff. It was, makeup in there, and then they were smoking, and Turo pretty much is leaving me hanging with the whole smoking thing because you really can't prove smoking. And I didn't take a whole bunch of pre pics, so I'm learning that too, right? So basically, I didn't take a picture of the sun visor, so I didn't have any proof to show that it was, even though it was a new car, that there weren't any makeup handprints up there prior to the trip. So I had to eat that. And as far as like smoking, I don't know if anybody could put in the chat, or if you have any experience on how you get Turo to pay for somebody smoking when like there weren't any evidence of cigarette butts or whatever like that. But so anyway, I understand how this guy feels. It just really hurt me that this one little thing came along and kind of just shut his whole thing down because he just made the 2 videos, and I could see him like kind of holding back the tears when the reality that Turo is telling you that, yeah, we know, your car is damaged, or they don't even acknowledge that, but to say that, we're not going to do anything about it because you made that outside deal. So he, to me, is learning a hard lesson over $120, right? Because he had them to pay him the extra $120 to make the ends meet, but that $120 actually now cost him over $1,000 because now Turo is not going to pay for it. And then too, if you think about it like this, if someone's getting your car, a valuable car for a really cheap price, chances are they're not going to really respect it. So a lot of times when people get things for cheap, they really don't respect it. So, they weren't even concerned about this guy's, Mercedes. They didn't care, and they kind of, treated it like a lot of people will treat these cars on the platform. So that was really sad. And I was, like I said, I had left him this big long message trying to encourage him stay on stay on the platform, and then I just happened to look down to see, like, when his the last comment was, and I saw it was like 3 years ago. I was like, good heavens. So he like abandoned his channel, and the sad thing is, it's like the one video has thousands of views, like thousands of views, and he only has the 2 videos on there, and his whole business and everything went down. So that's the other reason why I'm here to try to encourage people, because a lot of people, like when you go to try and start a business and things don't work out well, you will just give up. Like, you just give up, and you don't recognize that you have to continue to work through the process and go through the valley so you can get through to the good things that's going to happen. Because if it was easy, then everybody would get it. But like, I felt like this guy really had the potential. He just needed to exercise some patience, and he should have kind of chalked that up as a learning experience. But I can see how that could be kind of frightening when you something like that happen. You buy a car, it's new, and it's a luxury car. He said he put on a Mercedes Benz out there, and these people to scrape it and scratch it up, it's not a fun experience. And like I said, Turo is just like Next. They really are mostly for the guests. They're for the guests. They need you to put your car out there, but really they're not really giving a they're not giving a hoot. They are totally out for the guests. So that was that. That was, like I said, my first time to do something like that. And y'all let me know if you'd like to see more things like that. More reactions to different Turo people, or just anything, any kind of stuff. But now I'm going to give y'all an update on what's been going on with me. So this here is going to be day one of this week. So last week's first week that I had the whole fleet of the 7 cars, I was able to successfully trade out the trips that the crashed edge had on it, and that vehicle is still out, and all five of the new fleets out. And right now, like, I don't have any cars, so I've been really humping and grinding because the Ford Explorer, and I want to say some good things about the Ford Pass because the package that I got. Oh, here we go, Monty Bass. You ain't out fishing on this here Sunday morning. Monty Bass is saying something here. Let's see what's up. Info. I saw another Turo host say something about using some type of tester to detect if the customer was smoking. Really? Okay. I'd like to know some more about that because what I did was I bought this ozone machine, which really helped. I put that in there, and I did a little review on it too. It got the odors out. But when I sent in the evidence, which was two other people that got in the car to move it for me and stuff like that, all said it smelled like pot in the car. And when I did the cleaning, I noticed a little burn, like a little smoke burn, a little cigarette ash burn in the driver's side mat. So I took a picture of that and I sent it up. However, I'm not sure how great. I'm not sure. I mean, I know that my pre-pics didn't really show the mat all that great. So that's what they sent back an email to say I need more proof. So I'll have to check off this machine there. If they have something like that, that's awesome because who's going to admit that they smoked, right? And that's exactly probably what happened. Good question, Money. It's a good comment too, so I can check that out because I was a little agitated at that. However, I did feel a little better about it since I did, just purchase that little ozone machine. And I say that I put the ozone machine in all the cars that were still here, and they smell great. So that Explorer was ozone down, and it worked, and also the Edge. I mean the Escape, which last night it's on its longest trip. It's going to be gone for 6 weeks, and I'm just excited because like now I feel like I'm ready to get some more cars. But I know that I need to really focus on getting the office and systems in place because I'm gonna need to like really hire out some help because it's starting to get. I'm trying to do it so I can show how it could be a one woman show. However, there comes a time when you need some extra help. Like this week, I did need some help to get a ride back from the airport because I had two cars to drop off down there at the airport. Which I like to say too that having that airport pickup and delivery has really just increased the business. I'm just like every day I'm getting at least 1 to 2 bookings that the calendars for these new fleet is booking up. It's filling up too. So I'm just excited about it, and I'm just excited too that I got a chance to see that one guy's video, and I can also point out a few more mistakes that he made. Like the first one was not following the rules because he gave it away when he said that I had two choices to cancel the trip because I had to do that cancel the trip with a guest for the edge that was crashed. I had to make it official because the people had booked the trip on the one edge that was crashed. I had to contact that guest and let them know that I'm offering them a different vehicle. It's supposed to be like a lateral move, which it was because it was the exact same car. So they accepted. So I had to cancel their trip, and then they had to rebook on the new edge. So he didn't want to do that, which what he should have done was cancel their trip and then have them rebook with the new price. That way he wouldn't be offended at it and he'd get his own stuff, because now he's just, out of it. And the sad thing is that when we do things and we don't really prepare, and when something negative happens, we kind of like just give up. There's a story in the Bible. I think it's Matthew 25, when he talks about planting the seeds in the good fertile soil and by the wayside and all those little different things. Look, it's like we don't hear that Bible talk. But anyway, all that to say is that um, the point was that when bad stuff started happening, if your seed isn't planted in good soil, then you could just kind of give up. Like when something happens, you'll just give up because your seed isn't really planted in some fertile soil. So that was that on that. So my week ended up with me having to juggle the Explorer time for oil change and tire rotation, because that car has been all over. It had it's when 8,000 miles before the good thing is that, like I said, I with my Fords I got maintenance and all those things included. So the oil change and tire rotation and all of the service stuff was free. And they also offer, but whatever, it wasn't available to pick up the car, do the work on it, and then drop it back off. Like I said, however, that was just talk. Probably because like nowadays, not that many people working. It's not enough staff to be able to keep up some of these promises that companies is making. So that whole little pickup and delivery thing wasn't available. But luckily for me, I did have a worker that I'm like working with that was able to, pick me up and drop me off and help me get moving around, because also I had to take the edge to get the assessment for. And the sad news about that is that these collision places are backed up. So they're not going to be able to see the edge until October. It has an appointment to get fixed up October the 26th or something like that. So boom, that's that. And then my convertible Mustang has a more recent appointment. I don't know why, but anyway, its appointment is going to be a lot sooner this week, Wednesday. So, but anyway, that's how that went. And I was just excited that this one video had came my way, and I saw how, I'm still not out of the whole woods and stuff. And just to encourage people, like the Turo thing is it's good, but there's a lot of things that they're not going to tell you, and that you really, really, really got to do your research and really be over prepared, because when these things do happen and you have to eat it and like learn the hard way, you need to be prepared, like having some resources. But the one guy, he looked like he wasn't hurting too bad. So hopefully, not hopefully, I'm sure he had something to fall back on, because I don't know, he just disappeared. I really feel like I want to put out a search and recovery quest for him to find out what happened. What happened to Alex? Obviously, because the one video is doing good. So I'm like, if he would get back on here and just start trying again, or at least tell us like what happened, because I'm sure that probably was extremely devastating. And then to have it happen on the whole platform like that, who knows? It could have probably gotten in his head. And I pray that things went well for him and that he didn't, feel too defeated or, whatever like that on that. So let's see, do I have any further comments over here? And I'm doing really, really getting a lot of good practice on this here live streaming and stuff like that. So I guess now I can show y'all my analytics, because things is really moving and grooving really, really great for me with since I put all those extra cars on there. So I'm going to show y'all my little backstage happening with my Turo, and let y'all see how business is booming. It's really booming, and again, super duper excited. And I'm going to take this time now to give a quick shout out to my TLA Mastermind people. We got our Monty Bass here in the house, who is a faithful supporter, and I'm just excited. I can't wait for Money Bash to get his fleet up and running because he's brave. He's a brave hunter. All right, so I'm trying to pull up my Turo platform over here. I'm gonna show y'all this while I'm over here, since I got this little screen up here. How to list your cars on Turo. Since I got this little screen up right here, I'm gonna go to this share, and over here, because it's offering me to list the car, so y'all can see how that looks. All right, let's see, is it working? Are y'all watching me share the screen? No, I'm not sharing it. Let me try one more again. Oh, there we go. All right, so, but now I need to come over here so I can see. So when you get ready to list, this is how fast it is too. Like, they're gonna want your license plate and photos, right? And then instantly, as soon as that happens, you get slurped up there. And so you put this stuff down here. They want to know what your goals are. So let's see. They're not gonna let me do nothing till I do some stuff on there. But anyway, once you would put your information there, it scroll down here and they're going to ask you what your goals, like how often are you willing to let your car be out there. So if you're real serious, you're going to click, you want it to be out there all the time, hustling, making that money. Car, your goals for, is this a business? Are you just fooling around? It's a hobby. They want to know that kind of stuff. Then the car details, what type of car it is, and you would upload your pictures. You would agree to some agreements and all that good stuff. But that's how that would go down. And that's how you list the cars. But it's not really giving me an opportunity to show y'all how that works for good, for real. So I'm gonna just show y'all what's going on in my neck of the woods, because the Turo thing is really working. I'm liking it. I'm just still happy about it, even though little Alex's testimony was a little bit scary. But again, to me, I felt like it's a good thing to show people how it's best to just do things the right way. Because again, like I said, last night I had a guest that was, trying to make this little sidebar with me. Hey, we got greetings from Nerdy and the Hizzy. Hey, Nerdy, did you do your homework? I need to go to your site and check for those 3 shows. Yeah, and to check for your shows. Welcome for my fellow TLA Mastermind members in the house, representing, showing support for growing your YouTube channel. YouTube as another stream of income. And again, back to this one Alex guy, he had the makings, the foundation of a good YouTube channel. Like, this guy was on his way. He had he had a niche. He had his cars that he about to put on Turo, and did the wrong thing. Went and let that person do a sidebar, because these not all of them, but some guests, and these will be your clues to when they start trying to make the sidebar. So with the app, there's little sections where you can send messages to the guests. You don't want them contacting you on your personal phone or anything like that. Any type of communication, you make sure that it's being put in the chat on the platform for the Turo. And if they want changes and things like that, I just direct them, click the details, click trip my, I just tell them how to do it. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some, I can do that in my car sync on the messages, for messages to just pre-populate when those kind of questions, to frequently asked questions and stuff like that. That way, because they'll try to get friendly with you and stuff, which is what these guys did with him, because he told them their story. He should have just canceled the trip and said that the whatever with the prices or whatever like that, and then just make sure that they any money needs to be done up in there, because like I said, and they even tell you that. So it's obvious that he read it, because he said he had the choice to cancel the trip. I know how that feels, because when I found out, that's what I had to do in order to fix the issue with the guest that had the booking on the wrecked car. It's a hassle, and a lot of times people don't want to go through the hassle. You want to try to do these little shortcuts, and I'm just here to say you got to be cautious, and you have to take your time to do things the right way, or else you're going to pay. And you see how this guy, he let that one little thing shut him down. Like, there's one little part in the video where you can see he kind of like holding back the tears, because the reality is probably like in disbelief. I can't believe I put my car on this platform. These people said they're not gonna pay for it. These people didn't like crunched and scraped my stuff all up, and y'all not gonna pay? Like nobody's gonna pay? Like what? The people said this supposed to be a good business. I put my stuff out here, and what? So, and I'm sure these people that do the customer service, they probably just be like not even really paying attention because it's like, well, can we do? You can bark, you can yell, you can piss them on all you want. That's just how it is. Like, you should have followed the rules. I feel bad for him because I know how easy it is to just take a shortcut. But all that to say, don't take the shortcut. It is not worth it. So let me just ooze on over here so I can show y'all let me see here what I want to show. Oh yeah, so my newfound earnings over here. So I'll go over here to share the screen. Share the screen and earnings. Yes, look at there. All right. So after just a week of adding those cars on there, look at there. I already, look there. And I already did way better than that. And this here read, it's supposed to be for missed earnings, but this isn't true. This is actually the first trip that I had to change. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Oh yeah. This was the first trip that I had to change. So for the edge. So I actually did earn that money. I just earned it on a different vehicle. I'm gonna have to check with them because I don't like that red. That's not an accurate representation here. But anyway, these are my future earnings. Look at there. See? And look at this next month calendars already. You know what I mean? Already before anything happened, I'm doing better each one of these months. I'm just excited because it's just working. It's working. It's working. It's working. Look at that. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. So I'm gonna stop the share. No. Stop the share right there. So Turo for Business is totally awesome. Let's see here. Am I missing out on anything over here? Narrative said, of course. Yes. Okay, I know that was a little late on that, but there we go. There we have it right there. Any questions out there? So like I said, today, how'd y'all feel about the whole little reaction thing? Is that something you interested in seeing so we could kind of put our heads together and really consider this whole Turo thing? Because I know he's not the only one that's made some mistakes like that. And then if we can kind of look and learn from some of the mistakes that other people have made, some things, so we'll know what not to do and stuff like that. I thought I felt bad for him. But again, this is a young person, and a lot of times young people I won't even say young because I don't want to discourage anybody as far as like age, because there are some young people that are, together enough to put it together to overcome. But a lot of times people may have issues with their day-to-day lives and surroundings and stuff like that. Let's see, Money Bass is saying, does that info you pulled up show the expenses, profit and loss, etc.? No, that wouldn't, because that's on the Turo platform there. So expenses, profit and loss is something that I'd have to, that I track on my own. But it does help. It does help because I can see what the cars are bringing in, and then that helps me to know like which each car needs to pull in a certain amount for it to make the payment, insurance, maintenance, and all that stuff. So I have everything. All of my cars are in a nice little whole little packet, like a what do you call it? A little block, a little system for each one that I know what they need to make. But it's helpful, but it doesn't do all of the features that you talk about. But your QuickBooks helps out with that too. Thank you for your question, Monty Bass. And I'm doing fairly decent up here. So yeah, so that was the money on there. And there's other things up in it. Oh, I know what I want to show y'all. I need to show you my calendar for my fleet because it's really building up there. So I'm gonna go add the car sync, which is like the peanut butter to the jelly for the Turo platform. They really go together and help each other. The car sync helps out helps out the Turo platform. And ooh, we I need some more cars. Okay, I'm about to show y'all the car sync, and I showed before the demand, and right now it is super high. So let me show you what this here car sync is looking like for the demand, the current demand right now. So I need to go back up in here and change my prices too, man, to reflect this demand. Look at here, look at here, look at here. 72%. And I'm down to 6 because I had to put a snooze on that one edge that's injured because they kept booking it. So anyway, I put it on the snooze. So that's why it doesn't show my whole 7. But still, look at there. 72%. So that means they need some more cars. They need more cars. That's awesome there. And like I said, when I started on this about 2 months ago, the demand used to say like 23%, 24%. So it is growing. Even in this little bitty small town like Montgomery, Alabama, it is growing. And I want to say, to anybody who's like worried to know like if your car is going to get booked, you see that there's a need and a demand for it. And I haven't had any problems. Like, every car has been booked. And right now I'm out of cars. And I'm still getting requests. I'm getting requests from old guests that text me back through the thread from the trip and asking about other cars. They're ready to take another vacation, and they were pleased and happy with the vehicle that they chose. And I'm just excited because I'm getting repeat customers, and that the people really appreciate the service that I'm providing. Let's see. Nerda says, yes to yes to reaction videos. Okay, thank you. I had a lot of fun doing that, especially now since I've taken the class that TLA and the mastermind has a teachables class for this YouTube, and that's how I'm able to do all of this stuff that I'm doing here, like sharing the screen and doing a first time reaction video. Like these were things that I didn't know how to do a couple of months ago, before I got with the lead attorney who has been molding me and shaping me into this fine YouTuber that y'all see today that knows how to share the screen and pull up comments. Oh, I know what else I want to do. I'm going to drop a link here for anybody who wants to come up and ask their questions right here on live TV. So here we go. We're going to invite the people out here and ask any questions. And see, do that. No, do that. All right, so y'all, let me see here. What I'm supposed to do? All right, so let me see here. Bear with me, y'all, while I'm doing this. Give me a charge to my heart here. See, I go here, maybe. Did I drop there? Paste. Did I do it? Okay, so hopefully I have done the thing. And let me see here. I'm gonna do it here too, just in case. All right, so, and I don't know. I'm hopefully that I've done that. And if anybody got any questions or want to make any comments, feel free to step up to the plate and what y'all think about. Look at me getting some more trips on here. So what y'all think about that? Like, I felt like maybe the one guy wasn't as prepared enough before he put his car out there, and that he let that little bitty incident just really kind of just drive him away from it, and he just kind of ran from everything and didn't even like try. So all that to say is that we got to be strong and focused, and that's why it's important to be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared. So, and do the thing like that. Let's see. Is this a new question? And y'all can see I'm trying to read here without the thing. Let's see. What was the website that we can use to check the demand in our area without having an account set up. Um, that was the Turo platform that I showed you the other day. Is that what you're talking about, Money Bass? Now I'm not sure if you were able to see a demand on that. I wonder if I could change the area up in here and see a demand. I'll have to play with that and see if I could possibly put in some different areas. I'm sure I could, but and see. But what I showed you that day was Turo, just a Turo platform, and then you can go to any city, state, and put in your for that area and see what cars populate. And that was a way to see like what cars was happening in your neck of the woods, and you can look and see how many trips the car has been on, and also how many cars the host has, and how many trips that they have too. That's a good indication if that host has a few cars and the host has a high number of total trips, and each of the cars that the host has on the platform can also show that they're making trips, and it will be to me a good indication that it's a oh, look at here. I'm gonna add I'm gonna bring a special guest up in just a moment here, but that would be a good indication that the cars are good. So I'm gonna add here. We got Nerda in the house. Hi Nerda.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing just great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So what brings you up?
So yes, I did have a question. So I'm finding that first of all, congratulations to you. I think you are just so awesome as how you're finding a way to turn what they say, make lemonade out of lemons by getting your
Yes.
fleet and things like that. I've really been following you and seeing how you're just really a straight up boss lady. So
Thank you.
congratulations to you for that.
I
But
appreciate it.
my question is that I am not in a situation to where I can buy a new car. So what is your opinion on buying like a cash car, um, going ahead and getting it, professionally detailed and really nice and renting it out? Of course, I won't get as, you know, a higher fee amount or whatever like that. But what's your opinion on that? And thank you
My
for
opinion,
having me.
okay. Well, let me ask you this: are you really mechanically inclined? Are you good with working on cars?
So, no, I'm not. I figured that I would hire someone to do those type things for me.
Right. So, okay, now we're like really making the profit margin very thin. So that means that you're going to be hiring out something for everything. And if you, when, for me, in my opinion, if you get these cash cars and if you're not mechanically inclined, there's going to be problems. A used car's going to come with some problems. So you're not going to have the reassurance to, it's going to be like it could be draining to you because you're going to be putting money off into the maintenance. And when things go wrong, guests going to be messaging you in the middle of the night with different issues or something like that with a cash car. So it could potentially be more of a headache and really, you know, make it make it not a fun experience if that makes any sense to you. So
Yes,
I
that
wouldn't
that does.
recommend that. Oh, thank you. Unless you had like a lot of extra money because when the, and if and but we might as well just say when, but when the thing happens to that car that you're going to need to come out of pocket to do something to fix with it, then it could make you not like kind of give up on the business because it's like, oh no, I was just getting started, and then all of a sudden this adversity comes and now you're back at square one. So cash cars, I would say no. And if
That
you
makes
guys
sense.
will just excuse me for 2 seconds, I've got a guest, and I'm not sure if they're at the car for me to let them in. So I'm running the business here. But Nair, did you have another question that you could say?
No, other than I'll go ahead and sing for you. No, just so I'm teasing while you go handle your business or
Okay,
whatever.
but before you leave, because I've been shouting you out a lot, can you just tell the people, what you're doing and in the mastermind, and how your channel as a new YouTuber or somebody who was interested in it for a while how you've been taken off after getting with the lead attorney.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for the opportunity to shout out my
Of
channel.
course.
So, um, I just started August 16th of last month, and I really don't know exactly what I want to do with my channel. It started off as I think a history channel or something like that. It's kind of boring. I'm doing tutorials right now. Not quite sure if I'm going to do that. I like the reaction that you did. I might start doing that or something. I am told that faceless channels aren't successful. However, I'm determined to make that happen. So we'll see. I'm a new YouTuber. My goal is to get monetized by the end of the year. I hear that the Christmas season or the holiday season is pretty lucrative. So hopefully, I would have gained my subscribers, would have been able to kind of like narrow down what my niche is and be monetized by the end of the year. And thank you for this opportunity for the shout out. I
You
appreciate
are
you.
so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you very much. All right, that was so much fun. I'm so excited. And if anybody else is out there who'd love to come up and give their opinion or ask any comments or questions, I would love, 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 love to have you. And I want to just kind of piggyback on what Nerida was saying as a person who, I started this channel 2 years ago, and I had a difficult time to find a niche because my motivation was to just get away from working and to start a business. And I just felt like, I was ready to, do whatever it takes or just wherever I need to go to make these things happen. I was willing to do. And, so that's how that went down. And I'm just going to just 2 seconds, y'all, because I'm not sure if this person is at the airport. Because of the new cars that I have, they're not on that Turo Go app. It takes a little time to get those set up. So I'm still actually manually having to, oh, it's at 7 p.m. Okay. I can ignore them because they're not legally able to get in there until 7 p.m. So, yeah, but I still want to keep up with my people here. So we got another shout out here from Keep It Classy. Said holla. Hey, what's up? Again, shout out to TLA Mastermind. People up in the house showing up and people doing big things, growing these YouTube channels. We all out here trying to get these money, trying to get these bags, YouTube bags, and social media and all that good stuff, and start getting paid for our lifetime experiences and stuff. You know what I mean? With age comes wisdom. So if you got a little age on you, then I know you got some wisdom, and we need to be sharing that so we can help make the world a better place. I know it sounds whatever, but that's the true thing, though. We really do need to share our wisdom so we can heal and love each other. So it's not this boys against the girls and men's against the women's and all that kind of stuff. We need to learn how to forgive each other so we can come back together and love on each other, family, men and women, all that stuff. I don't agree with all the men against the women and all that stuff. We just need to heal and love each other and all that stuff. And most of this all is misunderstanding and confusion and all. So anyway, let me get off that soapbox because I will get on the soapbox on that. I'm just excited for all of the growth and all the stuff that's happening and is going on here. See here, somebody else is saying something here. Keep It Classy says, that's right. Glad everyone is coming together. Yes, we are coming together. We are. And the more we acknowledge it and sending out love and all that stuff to one another, we're going to be able to move a lot further. Because imagine if we get the high value man with the high value woman and we learn how to get in alignment, you know what I mean? And we are loving ourselves first so we can love our counterpart and, grow. We could be very powerful. But, if we still doing this and holding grudges and griefs from the past and from our ancestors past and all that stuff, not going to be able to move forward. And see here, what's that? Monty Bass is shouting out, "What's up, Narda?" in the hizzy. And when you supposed to be bringing that fish that you gonna fillet up and present? Yeah, because yeah, you said you do the whole thing. You go all the way. You ain't no part time. You go all the way. um, Money Bass with that fish. So let me see here. Where am I at? I'm doing a fairly decent job here. And look at me, about to break my record. I had set my record last week at an hour and like 31 minutes, and I'm just excited because this thing is really, truly working, and it's working, and it's working. So I think maybe I'm gonna try to shoot for to go past the whole hour and 30 minutes. But if I don't, I'm still excited and happy to be where I'm at with this whole thing. And with this newfound skills that I have, like I said, from the mastermind, the lead attorneys course, I can only get better. And if you all look back at me, just even a month ago, all this new learning stuff that I've learned about lights and cameras and all kinds of stuff, like I didn't haven't implemented a lot of those things, but I did notice when I tried to take the cheap way out because I didn't know like what the difference was. I know now that there's a difference, like lights and all that stuff. This technical stuff was something that I really didn't know about, and that's what I'm learning a lot in this group. And that there's a lot of people that's really technical and really know this stuff. And by coming together and sharing the knowledge, able to really glean from other people and grow and learn from there. Y'all over here cutting up in the chat. What's going on? Grow and learn and keep everything up. So let me see what else I'm gonna talk about. I shared everything, so you guys are pretty much caught up with where I'm at, and yeah, so everything's going pretty good. I'm excited about that. We've got a new question up here. What is that? And I appreciate y'all for being so patient with me and you know sticking with me and helping me out with all this good old stuff. Do we pull it up there? I'm just kind of going down here to make sure that I have answered all these questions here. It looks like I have. So without further ado, did I have something over here else I need to share the screen with? No. I know one good thing I could do that would be interesting, but it's really probably not pertaining to this whole thing. But this is my show, and I could probably. No, I'm not, I'm just only joking. I'm only joking, you guys, for real. And did I show all this little car sync thing? So some other things I'm going to show. Oh, I know I'm going to show the fleet calendar. So let me click on that so y'all can see the fleet calendar, how it's really zoomed up after just a week on there. So I'm like why I'm really proud of myself on that, because even it's only been 2.5 months, it just seems like it's been a very long time because of the growth and all of the things that I've learned from just this little last time, and still moving forward and stuff. Like there's been a few things that could have just really, like I could have ended up like, dude, when the Edge got crashed, that could have just been like the end of the business. Like could have just been like, man, oh, why I can't do anything, or all this is bad, and how things is all slow, and but a lot of times you have to look at it like, whenever something negative happens, you have to believe that there's an equally positive something that's on the flip side. Like a coin, it's always heads or tails. It's heads and tail all the time. It's just what side is up. So you have to think about, like, if something negative happened, just flip it over, and then now it's positive. So you have to look at it like the glass is half full and not half empty. uh, be optimistic. Be optimistic. And so I'm just excited because the second time around I was able to do almost twice the amount of cars in way less way less time. Like it took me weeks to put up those first 3 cars, and I was a little nervous again because, like I said, there's really not a tutorial on how to list the cars, or how to know if you have all the pre-populated, all the automatic stuff that they put on there, how to make sure that Turo's not screwing you over. Because, like I said, they are for the guests. They really don't give a hoot about the host. They just want you to keep putting these cars out there. They don't care really about what happens, and they just want you to keep putting them out there. And when something happens, if you didn't cross all those T's and dot all those I's, they have no problem with saying, you know, we're not going to pay. 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 And, but when you do cover yourself and you cross your T's and dot your I's, you do get reimbursed. So, like I said, I've learned the hard way on, um, occasions too. So it's very important to do things the right way. And like I said, we keep referring them back to the modified trips. And if it's not on the platform, it's not under the Turo platform, don't do it. Don't let them try to get you to have no little sidebar, none of that kind of stuff. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do the crime if you can do the time. All right, so y'all quiet on me. So y'all don't have no questions. I just come in here, I pop up and give you all this good time. And what is that? Oh, that's a little bit hollering. I already did that one. And I found this nice, poor little specimen person to really learn a lot about. And I'm sure he's not the first person or the last to bite it like that and to give this business a bad name. That's the other reason why I wanted to talk about it, because when people see this kind of stuff, it'll make you freak out and be like, oh, hell no, I ain't put my car on no Turo. You hear these kind of little sad stories and stuff. But, if you listen to what this guy was saying again, you will see that he even blamed himself. He even knew that it was a dumb mistake on his part. He even knew that he didn't follow the instructions, because I know I wanted to just trade the car out and not go through all of the canceling, all the little different things that I had to go through. First, it took a long time to find out how to do it because the information is not super organized. So you have to get on YouTube and find things. And in this poor guy's defense, he made that video 3 years ago. So, I'm sure Turo probably was a lot less advanced than it is today. I'm sure they didn't have the Turo Go app, none of that stuff. So he met with these people and made, an exchange, made that exchange of money. And, that just made them even feel even more empowered to just do whatever. Like I said, people really don't value when things don't cost enough money. They'll just think it's cheap and they'll treat it like it's cheap. And here this guy put out his Benz, his BMW, no, the BMW. He had a Mercedes Benz. He put his Benz out there on the platform, and they just scraped it and scuffed it up. And then Turo said, "Go suck an egg," So that's not like, and crappy little situation to be in. But those are the things, those are the breaks. That's what happens. So that's why it's important, if you get involved in any business, to try to learn as much of the ins and outs. And then when things do start to get a little shaky, count it all joy and just know that this negative thing, that if I turn it around or if I look at it differently, then it's something positive and it's a blessing in disguise. And usually if you do that, then you're going to, change your mindset, and you're going to start to draw the right things to you and have positive blessings and all that good stuff out here waiting for you, waiting for life. Oh, I got stuff. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I got some stuff over here in the chat. No, I don't. This is the same stuff over here. It's just smaller. So I'm going to look at it over here because I don't want to struggle. But if there's nothing else, if y'all don't have any other questions, I don't think I'll be breaking my record today, because some of the things that I know I need to do is more research, so I can have more things planned out. I'm still kind of like winging it and playing it by ear. And I'm having to talk myself out of self-sabotaging. A lot of times when we are doing things and things are working out, our lower self will get in your ear and start to, make the wrong talk. And then before you know it, you've um, detoured and you're doing something different, and you have slowed your growth, and you're slowed the time that it's going to take for you to get there. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble on here, so I'm going to stop now while I'm ahead of the game. And again, thank y'all so much for showing up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like the video and like and subscribe and share the video and join me as I continue on this growth to conquer and dominate the whole Turo platform, which I am currently doing right here in Montgomery. Y'all saw those. Y'all saw the matrix for that. Y'all saw that I got a good portion here of this here market. I got a good portion of the marketplace, and the marketplace, and I put Ford on the map to be number one. And I did all that. Thanks for sharing. All right, Monty Bass says, no, that ain't Monty Bass narrative. Who that said that? Why is it not coming on it? Thanks for sharing. You are very welcome. And I love y'all, and peace and love. And what about y'all think about my lighting? I got some new tips with the lighting and all that stuff. Being more technical and stuff. Now that I'm aware and have learned some of the things to look for and look out for and all that good stuff. So join me at a later time for these here videos. And if y'all got any questions or comments, or want to give me some tips or share anything with me, please feel free to do that. Drop it in the chat, and see y'all tomorrow. Love you.